Hello, hello, and welcome. No, it is not an optical illusion. We're starting the night out with Ace King. Oh, wait. I gotta do my new signature. It's Poker Bob. I don't know if I need to say my name every single time. I think you know who I am by now. Hey, look at that. We win a pot. Mandarin Seltzer is the evening the evening's choice of beverage. That's terrible flop for Queen 4 of diamonds. This is a 6 max. It's El Casor. Or Cathor. Casador. Excuse me. El Casador. I'm not sure what that means in Espanol. I'll look it up. Yeah. And it is a 6 max. Casador. Casador. El Casador. What is that? A vampire? What is a Casador? Hunter. That makes sense. It being a bounty tournament at all. This is a true bounty, we'll call it. Not those dumb PKOs, which I'll gladly play if there's one out there that fits my schedule. But I've said it before. I'm not the biggest fan of PKOs. Just because I think there's just something off about it. About building up your bounties and then having someone who hasn't even won a bounty yet take all of your. I get it. That's like the whole point, and that's the rules going into it. That's how it's set up, where you get paid half of the bounty on someone, and the other half goes on your head. And you could have $100 worth of bounties on your head, and your opponent could be all in against you with $5 in bounties on their head, and if they beat you, they get all of your bounty. And I think there's just something a little bit off about it. I get it, and it's unlikely to happen because I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but odds are someone with more chips than you in a PKO is probably going to have more bounties, but not necessarily. You could get, you could get, you could get, you could take a cooler, bad, you could take a bad beat, cooler, and have your 100 big blind stack drop down to 20 big blinds, and then have somebody who with 30 big blinds who hasn't won any bounties yet take you out. I think I've said this before. I think you should be able to keep the bounty that's more than nope, more than your opponent. So if you've got $100 in bounties on your head, and your opponent knocks you out, and they only have 20, they should get 20 from you, and you should be able to keep that 80. But I get it. That's not really how the whole thing works, and that could impact how people play. But honestly, the bounty itself does impact people and how they play. If you got a short stack that's all in, next to act might just jam with a hand like A7 offsuit just to isolate. So it's not like the bounties don't have an impact on how the tournament is played anyway. It's like anything. It's like any tourney. The rules dictate, the nuance, the unique features of the tournament dictate how it's played. So if and the day may never come, if it ever gets to the point where I get to pick or design my own global poker or whatever site online tourney, I may suggest something like that. But this tourney is none of that. This is more of a true bounty in the sense it's an SC11, so we'll say $11, dollar to the house. Cool. Thanks for playing. Um, 8 goes to the prize pool and check on Jack 10. 8 goes to the prize pool, and it's a $2 bounty. So everybody has a $2 bounty on their head. So let's make a goal to win 6 of them so we can free roll this thing. I think that's a good plan. And I'm gonna roll with it. Okay. So far we're 21st out of 28. Not much doing. Won the first hand, but not for very many chips. I don't think this is not a turbo of any kind. This is 10-minute blinds. We started off. It's a deep stack. It's a bounty 6 max deep. So 6 max we can play a little bit more aggressive. Blinds we started off with 10K. Pretty standard stuff. Although that is high for this site. Many sites 10K is just the standard. It's not deep stacked or anything. But it's all relative to the blind structure, so the number of chips doesn't really matter. We put everything here in big blinds anyway. Would love to hear some feedback and comments on whether or not you like viewing everything in big blinds. I don't know if that makes my target audience more seasoned poker players, more novice and above. Because there are some streamers who keep the chip stack in the amount of chips because the casual viewer might engage with that a little bit easier. I think it's fine putting him in big blinds. That's how I play, which I didn't always. I would always kind of do the math in my head and then be like, calculate on the fly, and then I'm playing on Club GG or something. It's like, why don't I try this big blind stack? And I did it, and it just seemed to be a little bit of a smoother experience and an easier to play, because that's really all it boils down to when it comes to these tournament strategies is big blinds relative to the rest of the field here. So we're gonna bump it up with Ace King. Okay. That's pretty good. If it was a total rainbow, I might check that flop, but I think we're going to bet a little small, bet about a third, and we don't get any action. That's fine. No callers. It's okay. We don't need to knock people out right away. Again, every bounty's 2. We're not really at the point where there's going to be a lot of stacks going in because we are deep, but it is a 6 max, so there should be some wider ranges out there. I won't say it's 100%, but I normally subscribe to the notion that you shouldn't really widen your range with 6 max. You should just play it harder. If we had played this one, we would have turned a straight. So I think we might. I don't know. I guess maybe some of the strategy I studied is in reference to cash games. So I don't know that we need to start piling in chips with hands like Ace Jack offsuit because we're a little short. I mean, a lot of the tournaments I play were like 8-handed. Is 6 max really that much different? It should mean that there's more pots you can enter, but technically, I guess it's not supposed to be. We're going with a new springtime Easter theme backdrop here, our table theme. Global's kind of onto the right track, I feel like, with their backdrops. Some sites are just static and you can't really do much. You can kind of change the table color or whatever, but they don't have any like cool themes. I like a site with a nice backdrop. Christmas. They have Global's onto it. They have some gaps. They have obviously Easter is the springtime is kind of like their Easter springtime. Bunny rabbits and eggs and grass and everything. They could, and then they could have like another like springtime one. Um, 2.5 here. We are we are deep. It could have gone bigger. Oh, we got a snap call there. That doesn't really hit our opponent's range. I think we just lead, and we got a call. There's no draws, so I think we might slow down here. Check back on the turn. That's curious. Um. Oh, yeah. Anyway, you hang around long enough. Yeah. Yeah, that's why you probably don't play those small pairs out of position. I do need to watch it though. I've been playing some cash PLO, microstakes PLO on sites like Global and Ignition, and I found some pretty good success. I don't know when we'll introduce that to the vlog. I don't do a ton of cash streaming, at least not anymore. It can get very hairy. Whoop, we've been moved. That's fine. Uh, hey, look at that. I'd love for Deadly Orange just to get it in here. Orb Trader. That should be pretty good for us. Again, we're out of position. Terrible turn card. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be just like last. I mean, what are the draws? There's no draws. But, and we river a boat. So, maybe we just go a little bit like blockish here. Oh. So I'm putting him, he's got to have something like nines full, right? Um, let's see if we can click it back here. I mean, I'm not letting this go. Yep, we're going to get it in. Unless he's got quad nines, and then you know what? God bless him. Does he have jacks full? I don't think he's got jacks full. I think we're up against nines full of jacks. Or nines full of tens. And he folds. The click back, the check, the bet raise, the 3-bet click back actually got more chips in. I mean, that's so weird. Why would he not? He must have put us on tens full. Has to be, right? I'll take the result. All that was beating us was quad nines and jacks full, but I don't know. Jacks full and quad nines, right? Did I say nines full? I think he had quad nines full of jacks. So, what were we talking about? Um, yeah, I have been dabbling on in some PLO. We'll figure out when we're gonna introduce that to the vlog. I don't know when that will be. I have to kind of figure out a way that works. I've been playing. I kind of dabble a little bit on my phone, like during breaks and stuff during the day, lunch break. Take 15 minutes off the phones, jump into a game. I've been doing okay. I had a real killer hand, and I won money. I go for when the weather's nice here. I go for like 2 mile walks on my lunch break. It's down the end of my street across to Sonic property, and then boom back. Uh, so it's about 40 minutes, and I'm on my phone anyway, probably watching. I usually will watch some poker content on YouTube, like Rampage or Brad Owen, Andrew Nemi, Trooper, um, others, whatever's out there. I haven't watched a lot of Wolfgang recently. I don't know why. It's like the Texas vlogs. I get off on so many rants. I don't know why the vlogs from Texas poker rooms. I don't know why they so just annoy me. I don't know if it's the chips, like they just all use the cheap plastic chips, which I shouldn't really hold against them. It shouldn't have anything to do with the vlog. But here I am being a chip snob, or if just the games are just so wild, I can't glean anything from them. I don't know. I like the vlogs for the entertainment value, but I also try to like pick up a few things. And the Texas games, at least it's been a while. The Texas games, from in my experience, just get so out of line. Um, like the hero, whoever, whatever vlogger you're watching, they they just get in these spots and then they tank and then they call and it's like the guy had like middle pair or something. And I'm not saying stuff like that doesn't happen at um, Bellagio or Hard Rock or out in California, but some of those Texas games they're just absurd. All right, five. I think we just see a flop here. It's not a bad flop, but I don't know that our opponent is. Do we have any leads here? It's probably. I mean, I think it was certainly worth seeing a flop there, but we probably should be a little bit more careful. And then we get tens again. It's just hand after hand. We probably should be a little bit more careful with our money because I think that's really for me that's really the key to my tournament success is. Oh, we got Lucas again here. So what's going to force him in? So a third of the stack is about 20 and 20-ish, 21 in total. So if we make it 20, 20-ish bigs, we're going to put him to a real test. I don't know. We got to get Grateful Mouse out of there too. I mean, we would make this play. It's pretty standard to play back. Ooh. Okay, well, ace nine. Oh, all right, clean. That's a clean river, and that's a bounty, my friend. Honestly, I am so bad at getting bounties. But and under nor, I'm so bad at getting bounties probably because under normal circumstances I would play that so differently. Um, or maybe it's just because I'm playing more tourneys now, and I'm trying to focus a little bit more on my study, which I don't do a lot of study. I don't have a lot of time to do that. Um, Normally, I would play that a lot differently. well, for one, I fold that in a lot of spots under just a irregular like whatever, like a regular rebuy add-on tourney. Well, if it's a rebuy, maybe I call. Maybe I think just because it's a bounty and stacks are just going, they're flying. I don't know, or maybe because or maybe because he made a really weird play on that when I had tens earlier and I rivered that boat. I think he would do that light in ace nine. I mean, yeah, it was like the perfect hand for us to be up against. Not a great flop with those diamonds out of there. Made the turn and river kind of scary, but bang. So fives again. So low pocket pairs are really not great in tourneys. And I've been trying to kind of gear my I've been trying to think about poker and especially tournaments in more of an exploitative, for lack of a better phrase, type way of thinking. Like what would be I okay, well we can lead this. Not a lot of kings and calling ranges if he doesn't have clubs, which is likely. Ugh. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Ew, what a bad turn card. It's just so bad for us. Yeah, I think we check back. Ugh, gross. I hate checking back here because I think he's got it, and it's just so dumb. If and he's clearly he has to bet the river, right? Now he checks back. Do we bet like a sliver of showdown value here? Do we bet or like as a block so that he folds out like, you know, his 9-7 off? Well, not 9-7, like 8-7 off, like that kind of stuff. All right. Well, we had to protect the stack, and if you raise us, obviously we fold. Okay. Probably a bad check on the turn, but I just that. I did not love that. If I had thought about it a little bit more, like, and I did think about it, but like the ace comes, okay, less likely he's drawing at clubs because it's the ace of clubs that hits the turn. Um, but then at the same time, there's so many aces in calling ranges, and what else would he be floating with? But maybe sometimes maybe you float with just the naked ace of clubs, and obviously he couldn't have that. So maybe there was a turn bet there somewhere. That just felt off. Like if he's just got an offsuit ace and something, he was just floating on the flop. No, whatever. We took it down. We're in pretty good shape. This is a 1 hour late reg, so that'll take us to 8:30. And I don't even know. Like I'm glad I ventured out and did the Bet Online tournament. Um, what was that? 2 weeks ago? No, last week. That was last Thursday, right? Um, and and I could do that. I could do the Bet Online more on weekend nights, but that was for me. It was a late night, and I know it was what 11:30 ish, 11:45 maybe. It wasn't super late for the average person, but yeah, our days start pretty early around here, and I had to work the next day, and I can't just sleep right until I get log on to work at 8. A toddler's getting us up, and I'm just used to getting up that early anyway. So yeah, what was I saying? I'm on like 4 different rants, so I'll try to tackle them one by one. Love the background. I wish they do like a baseball-y type one for like after Easter, like the rest of spring, or at least like some kind of outdoorsy thing. Um, they don't have anything summer themed, which I feel like is a major thing. But you know what? It's maybe it's because in the summertime, not everybody's sitting in front of their computer playing online poker. People are out at the beach on vacation. It's a slow time for poker anyway. Um, Me, I'd be traveling somewhere where there is a casino, whether it's the Poconos, whether it's Florida. Well, maybe not in the summer. Whether it's Vegas. I mean, I do travel to Vegas in the summer, and I do plan to do that this year. But yeah, maybe it's up to New Hampshire for the lakes. There's poker rooms up there. Some of the best ones. Well, not what it was. Not what it was a few years back, but no, it's still pretty solid. Nashua, Salem, Keene used to have a couple rooms. Keene is in a weird. I my home office for the company I work for is up there, so I venture up there once a quarter. First time I went up there, I don't know why I'm getting up on another rant. We'll close up the theme, the table theme. They do have a couple of fall backgrounds. They have like a I don't know what I want to call it early fall, but they have like a falling leaves kind of prototypical fall background. They also have like a Halloween scary haunted theme, which I feel like so if I so am I supposed to use the fall one in like the prototypical leafy fall in September, and then go to Halloween for October, and then go back to the fall cornucopia one for Thanksgiving? I don't know. I think maybe just find something summery and be on that until toward the end of September when the temperature starts to drop, and then you start feeling all spooky. And then of course they have a Christmas one, which is good. I kind of wish there was another like wintry one because yeah, we can see them. We can do it. Maybe that'll be our break. So where do we start? We're on spring. There is no real summery one. I don't know. This isn't. I don't know what this is. Is it like a wood shop? Like what is it? It's you know uh, vintage hardwood is very fashionable right now. It really is. It's on every decoration with like cursive script writing over it that says, please bring wine. It's it's just so it's just so like it's so millennial. Anyway, And then this is like the fall leaf. I mean, this one's got pumpkin. So this is really Thanksgiving, I guess. I maybe didn't look at it so closely. So really, this is like October. Yeah, I don't know why I skipped it. This is the October theme. Whoops, clearly. And I guess this is November. So really, they have a huge gap. Unless this baseball-y one is supposed to be summer, I don't even know if it is baseball. Is it baseball? It's got stitches, but it's not like there's other than that, there's nothing baseball about it. So like cool. I don't know if this is supposed to be like some kind of sci-fi nerdy. I don't know what this is. Is it Battlestar Galactica? What else we got? I mean, all of like the traditional ones are cool. Like I like these. These are clean. I you can't obviously I can't move this, but you get the point. These are all good. I these are kind of like for whatever mood you're in. This gold one is all right. It's like cool, but gold is I don't know. Gold can look kind of tacky. I feel like that should be like maybe a silver, but maybe that's just what they want. They want that like maybe for this was a style at some point, whenever that was, 70s, when gold was more fashionable. I'm not saying it's not now, but not in my experience anyway. We're more like we're more silver gray people here. It so whatever. But this is all right. I mean, mix it up once in a while. I like this. I like this stagey kind of purpley. I do enjoy that. We'll get back to that. And I like maybe use it for like bigger events. I don't know. For me, I like if I play a hyper on my lunch break, I got this as my background. Don't know if that means anything. And then this is just rugged. This is like garagey. This is car something metal w- shop. Sometimes I use this. I use this when I play cash games on the site. I don't know. It's just kind of easier to see. I maybe or maybe just one day I ran really good. And then, oh, okay, this one's all right too. I should probably use this. So this is the same thing. It's just a different. Yeah, I guess I kind of didn't really take two looks at that one. So like a Southwest desert. I'm gonna say Mexican maybe, but certainly like the American Southwest hybrid with Mexico. Um, so maybe that's the summer one, or Cinco de Mayo. Is that is that like is this Mexican or is this American Southwest? So I don't actually know the answer to that. I don't go to either very often, so I'll have to research this. But I mean, cactuses. That's like the American desert. There should be a Vegas one. Um, you can play global in Vegas. See, and 30 seconds till we get back going here. We'll go back. I mean, the Easter theme is working for us here. But so this is what global needs to do, right? And this is what I was kind of envisioning. Like the first regulated sites to do, or once once we reach a point in America, in the states, once we reach a point where excuse me, where enough states have legalized and enough states have joined the multi-state internet gaming agreement. I don't know if is it called the MASIGA or MASEC. I don't know. I'm going to call it the multi-state agreement. Once enough states have joined, it's just going to be inevitable that it's just going to like reach a tipping point, and it'll be available in most states outside of a handful that just have strict laws against it, like it is kind of like it kind of is now for sites like Ignition and Global and Bet Online and I guess ACR too. ACR you can play all over the world though. Sites like Ignition, Bet Online, and Global are really only U.S. only sites. I think Ignition you can play from Australia maybe, and maybe Global you can play in Canada. I don't know. I heard that, but I don't know that it's actually true. And then there's like, what is it, WPT Global, that you can only play in Nevada. Is that even still a thing? I feel like you could play in Nevada and then the rest of the world, which sounds really off. And I feel like Caesars probably would do whatever they can to say, please stop that. Is this a limp? That guy's got a monster stack. Let's just go away. I don't want to get involved. That is, did we just get moved? I think we just got moved before the break because King Clam over here, KK, um, he has a massive amount of chips. He has almost no. He has 33% more. I was gonna say twice, but no, he's got like 300. We just got under two, but yeah, he's got 50% more chips than us. So what the U.S. needs to do, similar to what sites like Ignition does, where you can play anywhere except like, I don't know if you can play in Nevada. I think it's I should have this up. I feel like this is a fun topic, and I want to talk about online poker and getting it legalized. Maybe that's what the site. Maybe that's what this needs to be. Although this it might draw way too much attention in a negative way. Well, we could turn this uh, vlog, this channel, into a campaign to legalize online poker across the country. Now, I don't need to be undertaking stuff like that would take more time out of my life. All I really want out of this is just to have fun, interact with some people, talk about poker, win some massive pots, and maybe take down a nice score here and there, or really one. I don't know what's a nice score. I thought that the Bet Online fourth place the other day for 200 for a $200 profit. I'll call that a nice score. You might all be thinking like, no, like we want to see thousands. Cool, let's get there. But oh man, so yeah, like my browser is like like one of those Microsoft MSNBC like um, home pages. Well, and it's just all like the gross like um, nightly news headlines pop up, and it's like, man, we're a country of 330 million people, and this stuff happens like here. Of course, it's gonna happen. Like anything's gonna happen. And I think just seeing the headlines sometimes is so jarring. It really just, man. Anyway, we won't get into that. Where is ignition legal? Everywhere in the U.S. except Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Nevada. Um, totally get that. Which is unfortunate because New Jersey and Nevada are two of the handful of states that I actually travel to when I want to like enjoy myself, whether with my family or my wife or sometimes visit family. So, but you can play in Pennsylvania. So I'll be headed. I'm making a trip to Pennsylvania later this year with the family, and then Nevada myself, all happening in a later month this year. In later months this year, and we'll talk about them after they occur. But at least for Pennsylvania, I can play on Ignition. But you know what? It shouldn't really be an issue. It shouldn't have to worry about Ignition. So where is so another thing too is some of these sites have different types of like casinos or slots or other gambling mechanism sports attached to them. So I mean, I guess if you're going to operate in such a way, like whether it's crypto or sweeps coins or whatever model they use to get kind of make it legitimate. Oof, brutal flop for tens. We had the case queen. Wow, or that's the case queen. Man, we see that flop. We might. Ooh, glad we didn't play that. We want to hang on to our chips and take out small stacks. Hey, it's six max. Let some of these other guys play the mediocre hands and like let somebody else take a bad beat so they get to the point of having like less than 20 big blinds, and then and then they get it in, and we pick up a hand, and boom, we've already done one. We've got one bounty so far, which is fantastic. We should have a bounty counter up, shouldn't we? All right, can we do that? We can do that. Let's add text. One. Okay, let's see. Oh no, that's got to be centered, man. It's got to be centered. Do I have a hand? Yep. Is there some kind of alignment thing? Center. All right, that should do. Oops, sorry to screw that up. Do we need color on that? Maybe yellowy, kind of. Yeah, whatever. It's there. Looks all right. You can read it. We've got one bounty count for $2. Should we have that? Nah, I'm just gonna say bounty count. It's $2 a bounty. So some of these sites have casinos and other like slots and other tomfoolery, and they have to, and so they have sometimes they might not be able to operate in the state for one reason or another, whether it might not even be poker related, but that's just some guesswork. So that's why they all differ probably in states, in like where they're frowned upon or where they're legal. All 50 states. Bet online, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, if Google is correct, Bet Online accepts players. Oh, except for New Jersey. So that's I'm not. I don't have any scheduled plans to go there, but I could go there like twice a year if we go to Atlantic City every year in January for the Rob Thomas concert. We're talking about maybe skipping it for next year. Um, just because this year Atlantic City, like we usually go and make a weekend out of it because it's just it's a far drive, and it just kind of it's a one way to get away, and just kind of relax. And so it's nice. But we were talking about we don't have to go every single year. I mean, it is nice. She likes the concert. I'll go to Atlantic City, but we weren't really that impressed by the place we stayed at this past time. And yeah, it's still Atlantic City. Like you don't really, and it's cold out, so it's not like you're gonna go anywhere. But she this time like just didn't just stay in the room and hung out and read a book and was like, I am just going to relax. we might want to stay. We stayed at Bally's and it needs a refresh. It's too bad too because it should otherwise be a nice enough property, but it's just like the casino's fine. They could throw a few poker tables in there. I guess they did have poker and didn't reopen it after the pandemic, which stinks. But there's not enough like I don't know. I feel like there should be more. Like it's on the boardwalk. There should be more like casual like foot traffic that go just happens there, especially during the summer. I don't know. I've been once in the summer and it was like on the way back home from a work meeting. It was so silly. But yeah, we're just gonna hang on to our chips and relax and full Jack 8 like it means nothing to us. So New Jersey, I feel like next time we go, we should stay back at the Tropicana because we stayed at Tropicana the previous time we went last year when we could only stay for one night, which was unfortunate. It was a nice room. The hotel was refresh like the rest like the place is big and it's not bad. Like it's not like the most upscale place, but it's fun. It's big. It's fun. Like I don't. The only thing I think why we wanted to stay at Bally's because like well Tropicana wasn't like super impressive where we're like oh we have to come back. We're like let's try somewhere else, and it was basically next door to where the show was at Hard Rock, which we Ubered there anyway because it was night. So I guess it doesn't matter, but you know it's right there and it's closer, so why not try it out? And it was the cheapest out of all the selections. I don't think it was that much cheaper than Tropicana, where we wouldn't want to just be like, if it might have been another like $50, $75 even. And I think for 2 nights, I think it's just worth it to spend the extra money. They weren't cheap rooms. I feel like it was like still $600 for the room for 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday. Which I get it. It's Martin Luther King weekend. It's football. Like, um, it's a pretty good weekend for the winter. It wasn't like super. I mean, Hard Rock was busy. Bally's wasn't like anything to speak of, and I only went to Tropicana. We walked there Sunday morning to have breakfast at Hash House a Go Go, and then she just walked back on the boardwalk to the room, which I guess there was even a couple shady dudes or shady people going on. So maybe that was a reason why, and I probably should have just walked back with her and then like Ubered, or we should have just Ubered back. Ubered her back, and then I could have just walked back to Tropicana, or then just gone right from Bally's to Borgata, which I played for like an hour at Tropicana. It was a fun game, but and there were a couple people that were up all night, and that now that I think about it, that was kind of dumb. I had the whole day, and there was at least two players on our table. Oh God, I can't believe I didn't think of this. There were at least I had plenty of money to play with. There were at least two players on our table. We can make it bigger because it's tens, and I want to play it strong. I want to play it kind of like Ace King. Mm, that's really not fantastic, but also not a lot of Jackson calling ranges. We have a spade. Having the 10 of spades is important, I think, because it just takes away so many holdings. Ace 10, King 10, Queen 10, Jack 10 of spades. But, um, yeah, New Jersey. Okay, so next year we'll probably stay at Tropicana because whatever, we're gonna Uber to the show anyway. Maybe I'll convince her. Maybe because I feel like we should still go back, even though we said nah, maybe we skip it for a year. I still like getting away, and I'll probably in when the time arrives to or when the decision has to be made, I'll probably vote for yes. But how do I do it? We'll stay at the Tropicana, and free flop with threes is not bad. I'll take it, but now I feel like yeah, we missed. Well, whatever. It was free, and that's how we should start thinking about tournaments more. Like not every hand. Like I get it in cash games, every hand is an opportunity, and you're there, and you only get so many big hands or whatever. But tournaments are different. It's like this is it. This is, you lose all your chips, you're done. So, and there's people like coming after you for a bounty. So we have to think of the whole thing as one event. So if me just folding fives like in the cutoff at any stage of the tournament, if I just open, if I just fold fives without even limping, or even if, under the gun, I just fold fives. We would just pretend like I never got the fives. Could have been seven deuce for all. It doesn't matter, because the best thing for that moment in the tournament is not to play anything other than big cards, middle to better pocket pairs, and maybe suited aces. Like in some spots, like there's big cards just perform better, larger pairs perform better. Like you, the whole point of a tournament is to win your flips, and just hands like fours, for example. What a perfect time to get them. Fours just don't perform well if you're gonna if all the cards come out. You know, even best case scenario, they're racing. You don't want to have it. I feel like it's just a min click. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to play them. You know, you're never you. You're in a spot where like you're not ahead of anything. What are you ahead? Ace three. That ace three and ace deuce. That's it. But even those hands can flop very well. We didn't flop bad. The guy just open folded. We didn't even bet. He just folded. He knew I was gonna continue, but that's still so weird. I'm not even gonna say anything. I want to drop something in the chat so bad, but I don't even want to say anything because it's probably already looks weird. Did I miss? Did I click? Did he like just instantaneously bet and I happen to have my hand on the mouse? I didn't click it. I'm sitting back like this, right? Roll the tape. We are running pretty well, I'd say. Fourth out of 69. Late reg is still going. Oh, 12 minutes until the end of late reg. That is one thing I just love about global poker. No BS. Like tournaments, for the most part, it's an hour late registration or like a half hour late registration, then a rebuy. And I wish there was a way to filter it, and there might be. So if you know of a way, let me know in the chat. At whatever point your chat or the comments, at whatever point you're viewing this, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and feel free to let us know what you think. Okay, it's a fold. What were we talking about? We're on our 10th rant, New Jersey. So I'll try to get us. I probably wouldn't take that much convincing. I think she likes going to the show. So, but yeah, if I say we'll stay at Tropicana, and then Sunday we honestly really could just hang out there. On Sunday, like if we do what we did last time, her friend and her husband will come down. Maybe they won't come down next time. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a different couple that'll come down for the show. But they live in New Jersey, so they can do it one night. Like it's like an hour and a half probably drive. So not unreasonable for them to come down, stay, and not stay the second day because it wasn't that long of a drive, and they got boys to get back to. We do this as more of like a planned two-nighter. So, yeah, so we should do that. So if we do, because last time we checked in at Bally's and we didn't really have much time. We kind of had to, because check-in took a little while. I forget how long we were waiting, but it sucked. felt like an hour. Might have been 40 minutes, but it was long enough to kind of put us off because we leave here at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then we get across the border over into New Jersey at the rest stop there. Um, Whatever that is it the Vince Lombardi? Stop there for lunch, sometime between 12 and 1, and then you're getting to Atlantic City, like, if you stop for like a half hour to stretch out, it's like five and a half, probably five and a half. If you say six, if you leave at 10, it's like, you get there around like 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then you got to drive around, find the place. But, we have to stop. We each had to stop and like pick something up at like a convenience store, or we stopped and got something for each of us because that's just whatever. So we didn't get to the hotel really like till 4:15, and then we had to wait to check in in line. So it might have been like 5 o'clock when we checked in. I remember probably because of football, like the 4:30 game for that Saturday had, I think, just started. So we probably, maybe it was in like the second quarter. So we had to yeah, we had to wait. And the show, I think, started at 8, but we had dinner reservations for 6, so it's like 5:15, and we're just getting to the room, and we had to be. It was in our hotel. We met at Longo's because they stayed at the hotel that's adjacent to it. It's like in between, I guess. There, it's like right next to it. They like share a parking garage. I forget the name of it. So we went to Jerry Longo's, meatballs and martinis for 6, or maybe even 5:30. Did we get there? So we must have gotten up to the room at like quarter to 5, and we had to meet them. It was in our hotel, which is fine. We had to meet them at like 5:30, 6, maybe 6. It was like quick. We had like less than a half hour for both of us to like shower up and get ready, and we got it done. Met them there. But like we could do. We don't even have to do that. Like we could meet them anyway. What I'm saying is next year we stay at the Trop, and it'll be fine because really, I could see that place like. If I was going to stay in Atlantic City for 4 or 5 days and even up to a week, I wouldn't want to stay there. I'd grow probably sick of it after a couple of days, but it's all right. It's better than Bally's, I think, because just the inside of the casino is like it's dated, but it's clean and for the most part, and it's big, it's sizable. It's a sizable place. There's a bunch of restaurants. This House of Go-Go is a Mexican place too that we didn't love, but then they have an express one like at Borgata, like where we can just buy a burrito, like those make a burrito like Subway, like a sandwich shop, and that one came out really good. And I don't know why I think we just wanted to give it another shot because it looked good. But when we went to the sit down restaurant at Tropicana, anyway, like they have a Mexican place, it's okay. They have a Hooters, which we probably wouldn't go to, and I said hash house. There's a Starbucks too. So like breakfast and lunch stuff is definitely covered. I don't know that there's like a dinner place at Tropicana, but can always find something. And we did this year on Sunday. So yeah, like next year we go, we just could check into the hotel and just Uber, maybe even get dinner at Hard Rock. I mean, the place is like a little bit busier, or maybe just we could Uber to Bally's and then Uber to Hard Rock. No big deal. It's another $15. Who cares? We'll just shit. We'll one of us, whoever has the app up, will take care of it. Ace King. We kind of hope somebody like very dangerous gets a little out of line or up to it, or like there's a race here and a jam. No, I mean we could get a bet. We could get a raise here and then a 3 bet, and then maybe gets out of line. I'd probably make it like 12 to make sure it's like a little bit more than. That's not a big enough raise. Yeah, maybe. No, maybe I make it 12. Maybe 11. That's 33%. That means he should be, if he's going to call, he should be in. And that'd be a fantastic opportunity for us. Yeah, here we go. We're getting it in, buddy. Oh, fantastic. What a lovely, lovely spot that was. Wow. That was. That's perfect. That's two bounties for us, fellas. Ladies and fellas. That was I think we played that perfectly. I mean, it's easy to play well when your opponent is what, four betting? Four betting with queen jack off on the button against a small blind three bet. I mean, maybe is that what he thought? Oh, it's a small blind three bet. He's probably full of it, or he has ace 10, and I'm gonna be live. I don't get it. Why are these? Why are my opponents calling off light? If anything, they should be calling off a little tighter, because, well, I guess maybe they think we're just going for the bounty and then they can call off wider. But I don't know. I play it kind of the other way. I really want to maximize those opportunities where I have hands that play well, but it's easy for me to say I have a bigger stack. So, but if I was a small stack, I wouldn't want queen jack offsuit. I mean ace jack offsuit, if anything, offsuit. But obviously ace queen and ace king offsuit are basically aces. I don't think we need to get out of line with ace jack. I think we just take a flop. Check's fine. Like, this is, I know it's probably not like plus E. I don't even want to say plus EV because it's not like, I mean, I guess, yeah, it is minus EV if we just check ourselves out of the pot, but I just don't see this spot as one where we really need to go after it. Because we're not going to win a big pot. It's like reverse implied odds. We don't have anything. No reason to steal that. What were we saying? I keep wanting to talk about Atlantic City because I want to go back next year, and I'm like planning our next trip already. But yeah, if I could do so, like, we get down to Tropicana, we would get changed in Uber to wherever dinner. I kind of wanted to just go to the Hard Rock at Hard Rock. I've eaten there before; it's delicious. But the place probably would have been loud, and we wanted to go to Longo's because it was quieter, which it was really good, and I would do that again next year. Honestly, I make sure we get extra bread, and I'd like hand the guy like $10 just for more bread. No, the bread was really good, but they don't like give you like a. And there's four of us, and they give you just kind of like a few slices, and then you feel like a fat ass if you grab a third slice of bread. But they were just good, but they weren't like big slices. So I was like, oh, give me more bread. I didn't want to be that guy either, because trust me, I was that guy for like a while, and I got miserable at it, and I just ended up like my negative energy just ruining people's nights. But no problem with this energy. Aces energy, big card energy. Oh, please do it. 10x over my. Ah, it's okay. Better than getting bad beat. So so maybe my exploitative, like, out of the box. It's not even really out of the box, but maybe my way of thinking for this bounty term is helping, where we really just want to get all the money in with our premium holdings, and we're able to do and be able to do it and get paid to do it. So I don't know. Maybe this skill set for something like this could lend itself to more of a killer instinct in your typical rebuy add-ons, where players probably will play a little wider because they can rebuy for somewhat cheap, and then they're going to survive it to the add-on. Until the add-on. So we're in 6 out of 78. I think that's a good spot to be. We haven't even checked out payouts. And you know what? Late reg is just ending now. We'll get back to online poker. Maybe even get back to more Tropicana talk. I feel, oh, you know what? We get the extra 5 minutes because of the break. That's right. But we are up to 109 entries, 79 players left. The payouts right now, 226 up top. It's a 1K guarantee, so that's fine. That's modest. We're still at because eight goes to the prize pool and 2 to the bounty. So I don't think we've. Oh no, total prize pool 1100. So we did exceed the guarantee. Fantastic. I think it is something to root for. I don't think it overlays. Maybe this is another controversial line of thinking. I don't think overlays are necessarily they are fantastic when you get them. Don't get me wrong. I will play in it. I will play in one like big overlay tournament with a big overlay a day, but I don't think long term it's good necessarily a good sign for poker or a good thing for it. Because you don't want these sites starting to like lose money in certain ways, and then maybe there's like some kind of maybe they take on some kind of financial hit through some other means, and then they have to start really like clamping down. And you see it like I'm no expert by any means, but these sites will change their lineup. They'll change the guarantees. They'll change the entry fees relative to the guarantee. Saw it with Ignition. The Lucky Sevens used to be. They used to have. Well, I say used to. I've only been playing on the site for a year or so, right? Maybe a year and a half. And I played on Bovada probably 3 years ago. So I played on the site. But the Lucky Sevens, the daily Lucky Sevens at 7:07 p.m. used to start concurrently. It used to be, I think, 7. No, I think at one point it was 7.7, $7.70. But when I started playing, it was 11. Okay, whatever, fine. It starts at 7 o'clock. The prize pool is 7,777 guaranteed. Start off with 77,777 in chips, and blind starts super low. Like you're like 4,000 blinds deep to start. It starts off at like 1020 or something. It's ridiculous. I think that's what it is. It starts off at 1020 and you have 77,000 in chips in change. Ooh, we got a 7. Queen Jack 10. Nope. But they changed that. They changed that to just a straight 7,000 guarantee. And they used to have a $2 one that would run concurrently with it. 2.2, but the whole structure was the same, so late reg at the same time. Blinds would go up together. It was kind of cool, actually. You could like bust out of the $11 one, and it was the micro one was 777 guaranteed. It still is, but it was running concurrently with it, so you could bust out of the $11 one, be kind of like later on late reg, want to get back in, but not really want to invest 11 for a short stack, but you just jump into the $2 one. Sick, you just keep it going. All right, that's a pretty good card for us, right? Isn't it? Do we want to like check and get to the river? I think we want to just keep betting it. Ouch. Maybe we should have just gotten to the river there. Oh, we did it to ourselves. We could have saved 5 blinds. I don't think I'm going to draw it with a pair. And maybe he has some kind of combo like ace 9 of diamonds. Yeah, so we kind of screwed ourselves there. Not great, but we'll keep going. We flop middle pair. We want to play this passively, don't we? Was there a raise pre? No, there's no raise and an overbet. Oh, and a call, so we're out of there. So yeah, Ignition changed to they changed the guarantee and they moved I think they moved the micro one to 715 and maybe they put the $11 regular lucky sevens at 7 p.m. That doesn't really add up to much. It's a few bucks off the big payout, and they start at different times. I don't know why. I liked it when they ran together, maybe just for bandwidth Or maybe they took away some tourneys and they need to stretch things out. I did notice that they took away a beginner, I think it's beginner deep stack, but a beginner DS that ran around 725, 730 every night. And it's one of those things you just gotta like, you don't know what you got till it's gone. I played it a couple times. It was all right. It had be like 200 guaranteed. It was a $4.40 entry fee. Nothing major, you got $80 in the site. Boom, you just throw for who cares? You're not taking much. You're not risking much. $4.40, $200 guarantee, and late reg was for exactly 135 minutes, not like at the end of a certain level, just 135 minutes, and it just shut off, which was great. I think it started at 7:35, so that was so it's 2 hours and 15 minutes, so it's 9:50. It would end, but the guarantee was for 200, so that should really be like 50. That's the exact is that's whatever the equivalent to 50 entries, but it would only get like 35 to 40, maybe like a couple more. It wouldn't hit the guarantee, so maybe that's why Ignition just took it away, which sucks. Maybe just lower the guarantee, which I know kind of changes things, but maybe just, I mean, and then maybe they think nobody else is going to, no, they're going to get even less entries, and maybe it's been dwindling. It's too bad. But that's what I'm saying when, like, overlays long term are bad. Like, I'd seen a guy post about that tournament on YouTube, and then I jumped to it a couple nights later. I was like, oh, this is great. Doesn't get to hit the. I don't think we made it all the way there. I think that was before I figured out how to put my blinds and into put my stack in terms of big blinds on Ignition. I forget. I think we got a little lazy, like played a hand out of position, but we were doing well early. Um, it was one of those tournaments like Ignition. At least what I noticed when I first started playing, tons of limping in the early levels. Oh, we could play. Oh, we didn't. It's Friday. I haven't played the free roll in a couple weeks. Is this worth a bet? Whatever. I actually didn't realize it was short stack, but if he had anything there, he probably just rips it, right? Maybe not. Was Jack Nine like kind of a jam there? Maybe if he does it, it's a risk because we got two bigger stacks right behind us. A raise. Do we call? I think there's gonna be some mate. I think there's gonna be one of these two getting. I don't know. A7 is just like, ugh, I don't want to double a guy up with two bigger stacks behind us who probably want to go for the bounty, or maybe Birds is just gonna go because he's heads up with him. We'll see. Yeah, I think Birds has it. He's just like, well, this guy's gonna put it in anyway, so let's go. Or maybe not. Maybe he has Ace King of Spades. Hmm. I think 18. Okay, 18 get paid. Min cash is 12. We've got two bounties, so we're only in this thing for 7. So I ain't bad. That's within. I mean, we don't really have a budget per se, but that's sort of within our bankroll reasonability. I don't know. I'm trying to keep my funds in each site. Trying to treat each one like its own little bankroll, but really while keeping the larger picture in mind. And did we miss a shove? Steve Wonder one. Whoop. Why don't we show the hands here? Oh, that's my fault for not paying attention. Do 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 do. Oh no, different one. No. Okay. Ace five. I don't know. Stephen Wonder. Oh, maybe it was this one. Maybe not. I don't know. No, I pulled up the same one. Why is it giving me the same one? Maybe it's this one. Global Poker's replay, whatever. And is that the right one? I don't know. Everything's a muck. Let's run out of a muck. Well, so I guess we'll so I guess we'll. I think if we, I just was saying like I think if we spent the whole day on Sunday kind of just laying low and staying in one place, I think Tropicana could be a good place for that. So I think next year because the room is nice and there's just stuff to do in the casino. Like we wouldn't have to walk down the boardwalk to get breakfast the next morning. We just go to Hash House. I think it's just a call. Yeah. I don't like getting too weird with King Queen because anybody with an ace X is ahead of you. And then a flop like this comes in and it doesn't. I kind of want to go for it. I kind of want to like bet a little bit here. Because, like, who has a jack here? Maybe the small blind, I guess. But he could have just opened. He just bet it. It was a limp pot. Yeah, all right. I think that was an okay spot. We probably could have played that differently pre-flop. Yeah. We just hang out in a nice room. We'll go to Hash House a Go-Go. And then, you know what? I didn't really love playing poker. I lost money at all three places. So, Atlantic City Poker, did we even talk about it? We talked about it briefly, right? Who's winning here? It's two ace queens. And they both win. No? Wait. Oh, no. Sorry. That's probably pretty good for us. Nobody got knocked out. And there's now two small stacks, which there kind of was before. Our stack size is like not massive, but we got plenty of chips. So we can and we got Stephen we got the short stack directly to our right. Um, so hey, let's pick up a hand we can gamble with. I would say for poker in Atlantic City, I did not love Borgata this time. Probably because I lost money. Probably because I got just like ridiculously coolered. Um, did I talk about it? Well, whatever. We can rehash it. Um, First of all, like they called a new game. I look around for the table for 30 seconds. It was not even. I was sitting at the table next to it, and I just kind of went walking around looking for the table number. And not a minute later, I find the table. It's kind of toward the front. I was right next to it, waiting the whole time. And they were like, "The table's full." I was like, you just you called the name. It was like 2 minutes ago." He's like, "No, no, we've been calling it." And then they called the game again. They're like, "Table nine, boo, boo." I'm like, "Okay." And then somebody like got up and gave me a seat, which ish probably somebody should have. Like somebody wasn't supposed to be in their seat. Somebody should have been still on the list, but they called the game like a few minutes after that, or they had another seat. So I could have just gotten another seat, but like the guy was like, I'll do it. It's fine." And it was like, yeah, all right, thanks. Sorry, I don't mean to be a jerk, but I'm already kind of like, I already lost a few bucks at Tropicana, and I had to wait at Borgata for what felt like a decently long time. It wasn't probably that bad, but I don't know. Maybe I was just fired up or had too much coffee that morning, and I was just like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Did I fold? Whatever, it's fine. How did it? I Oh, he must have made it two. That's weird. Three. Whatever. Um, yeah, because the antes, they only had 3. I must have clicked the wrong button. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's weak. Would I have gotten it? I don't know why that. I must have clicked fold when I meant to click check. No big deal. I don't know that we would have even seen that river. But. So I didn't love playing at Borgata. The cooler was I had a6 suited, and there was a. I think I was in the big blind. Button or cut off, late position raised, and like call. I had like a6 of diamonds, and the flop came. Flop came like Jack 6-6. Check to the pre-flop raiser, who bet big. I like bet like 50. I think it was like 30 pre-flop. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it was like 20 pre-flop. Four of us to a pot, so it was like 80, and he bets 50. I fold. I call, fold. Like it was a tank fold, and then turn was a king. Check, bet. I jam. He just can't get the money in quick enough, and he flips over his kings. I was like, I showed him my trip sixes, and yeah, I was drawing a 1 out, and I guess player across the way folded ace jack, the tank fold on the flop. The river was a jack, I believe, which means if he had called, no. Yeah, I think he folded flop. No, he saw the turn. He called the 50 on the flop. It was the turn when it was a check, bet, and then I go all in, and he tank folds, and then he couldn't get the money in fast enough once it was him. I think I went something like that. I think the guy with ace jack, I don't think he folded flop. He must have folded on the turn when the king hit. Or did I lead? I didn't lead. I think it was a check, a bet, and then I raised. I probably could have seen a flop with 7-9, but whatever. But we can just forget that even happened, and we're in the big blind with ace king. We're in a pretty good spot here. So let's see what's up. King limps, so I don't know what that means. Could he have aces? Could he have a middle pocket pair? Who knows? Low pocket pair, maybe. He's probably got a low pocket pair. We'll see. What's Stephen Wonder up to? I don't want to just get called here. I want somebody who's slow playing jacks or tens, which I don't know why you would do that, but somebody who's. I really just at this point want to take it down without much, because had we had a raise, we could. Yeah. See, I don't love this. Oh, that blows. Well, maybe we made it too big. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no. Fours? Oh wow. That is so disgusting. Oh, that is so bad. Oh, that's why that was such a tough spot where I couldn't get it in pre there. I got called by. What is Wonder doing? Why is he calling that? So, he calls and he leads and he gets me to fold. What a. Wow. Oh, what a play. I mean, he was ahead of me. And he had all those outs. If I sniped a king on the turn, he has so many redraws. Oh, it hurts to see it. Sambo. I mean, I guess he's. He was trying to steal it there? Why don't you just check that back, you donkey? You got a million. You got an overcard and an open ender, right? You had an open ender. Just take the free card. I mean, I'm not seeing that either way. The turn card comes and I'm not seeing the river, but still, that's wicked annoying. That's why I probably should have just made it like 20, maybe wonder calls, and then I just smash. That sucks. Well, this is how we get better. We figure stuff like that out. We figure out what our mistake was. Making it too big and like giving away a couple extra blinds, probably. That's probably the play is probably make it like 5 there, but we tried to just get him to fold and ace 8 and 4 5. Like what really? So and like Borgata, like I just kept like I don't know why I stayed there so long. I should have just gotten up and walked around and then come back and picked up some chips and left. I thought I was playing okay up until then, and I just kept playing. Like I switched seats, and I just wasn't playing any better. Was calling way too wide, and then just like it actually caught up. Had a pretty good chance to win some money back. I was probably down 5 or 6 at the time, and I probably could have won like a few bucks back. But it was like, what did I have? Kings. I had kings and made it like I forget somebody. I think somebody opened. I think I made it like 5 under the gun, and big blind only had 30 chips left. So I should have just. Well, it didn't matter. Did I repop it? No, I just called the 30, and then there was call. So it was like 120 pre-flop. Um, Flop was total air, like low, whatever, low cards, and I think I just bet 100. Just I don't know why. I probably should have just built a side pot. I bet 100. The other two players folded, and then we both opened up, and I had, I think the other guy, or I don't know if he, I don't think he did open up. I think like so the flop was probably like 5, something to the effect of like 4 5 6, and then like nothing on the turn, and then or it was like probably like 4 6 jack or something, 4 6 10, and like 5 on the turn, and like a deuce on the river, and he had queen 3 offsuit or something dumb for like his last $30, and he like kind of like chuckles, laughs, and he kind of like nudges me a little bit. And I know he meant it just to be friendly, like, oh, hey, it was a ridiculous hand. Hey, you cracked your kings. But I had just lost. I had been losing so much that day, and I lost 100 at Tropicana after I thought I played pretty well, and the game was but I just called off. Like I had so many draws that just didn't get there in good pots because it was like two or three drunk players who had been up all like the night before. So I didn't. So I was already kind of like really steaming for the day. I was down like almost 700, and this guy was just like, like, oh man. I just picked up my chips and I was like, yeah, nice hand. And I could hear him be like, oh no, come on, oh come on, and I just like, yeah, if I go back there, this is gonna be bad. It'll be a fight because there's no way if I had like turned around and said anything to him, there's no way that we weren't gonna exchange some words, and I probably there's I would have run away. I don't know if I would run away, but I would have briskly walked away if it got like, or I'd try to, and then it just like why, you know what, just okay. I just turned and walked away. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more Atlantic City stories and talk more about the online poker scene and hopefully scoop up a couple more bounties. All right. Less than 30 seconds till we continue. Um, where are we at? So we topped out at we never really summarized here. 116 players. There's 63 left. 60 left now. That'll update, I'm sure. Yep, we're 17th out of 60. 18 get paid. 13 through 18 get 12. Then just under 20 for 10 to 12. 30. Yeah, I mean, these payouts are pretty good for what essentially amounts to $8 for the buy-in. 2 to the bounty. We've made $4 off of bounties. 4 sweeps. 4 coins. I don't know. Jack 9 for one big blind. Oh, that's fortunate. I saw the Jack first. I was like, nice. Did he whiff? I don't know why he would check back that ace. Ronald McDonald, is that? And now we have queens. So let's see if we can get a bounty here. Come on. I don't know what this Birds guy is up to here. I don't really trust anybody at this table. We've seen some crazy all-ins. King Clam, I think, is probably the most legit player. Stephen Wonder, if the open rips, I'm calling. Nope, no open rip. It would be gross if he has a 10, but he could think that we're totally full of you-know-what. Oh, that's so gross. Why? Should, did I need to play back at him there? Wow, how do we lose this pot? How do we lose this pot? I figured just check call him the whole way. How do we let ourselves lose that pot? That's so bad. Was it just jam? Was it rip it? When he 3-bet rip on the flop? That would have gotten him to fold, right? Yeah, I gotta bet. I gotta protect more. I think he just thought we were full of it. Unless he really had it. Or maybe not. Let's see what he's up to here. Yeah, he's just isolating for the bounty. All right. Well, Queen Jack. I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? He made the right play. I think he was definitely ahead of us by that turn. Maybe that turn saved us. Maybe he really did have a 10. He just called pre, right? And then we continued 2.5. He made it like 6. And we just called. We flatted out of position. Yeah. Yeah, I think because he didn't raise us pre. I mean, he definitely could have had a 10, but I think we just probably, in hindsight, we probably just have to rip. Maybe he's got like 9s or 8s. I don't know. I feel like those hands would probably 3-bet pre. So I don't know what he had. I mean, I think he just had an ace. I think he called with an ace 5 or something. What was the flop? 10, 10, 3? Maybe he had a 3. Maybe he had ace 3. Hmm. So I couldn't get out of Bellagio. Borgata. No, it's no Bellagio. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. It went over to Harrah's. And I walked. It was probably like, it said on Google it was going to be an 11-minute walk. It felt like 20 at least because it was very windy. You kind of had to walk around this long driveway, like exit off what essentially is the exit off the highway that goes to the that winds around to where Harris is. The casinos are next to each other, but there's a big like open field type area in between, and some highway out to the side. So it's not the best walk. I do it all day in the spring or summer, spring, summer, or fall even. Uh, that was good. That's good that he folded. He calls. Why does he call? Diamonds. I think we have to show strength here. Oh, ouch. Check back. Okay. Oh man, we're unraveling a bit here. So I went over to Harrods after Borgata, walked there in kind of a whipping wind. It wasn't like super cold; it was just windy, and which is too bad because it. I was already tilted from Borgata. I think I just wanted to play at Harrods just to say I did, and I probably played for less than 2 hours and lost $250 just by like thinking off chips, like not even really playing more than two or three pots, like real pots. Uh, and it's just so frustrating when you're like losing and then you're just trying to gamble a little bit and you're not connecting with anything. And it was just the players there were nice enough. I'd say out of the three casinos, the players were probably nicest at Harris, but they're almost a little too social. I mean, the other guy sitting next to me was talking to me about Boston sports or something. I forget it. I don't think he was from Boston, but I think he like follows the teams. I think they might be from like Pennsylvania or something. He and his buddies, but I don't know. It was fine. The people around were like almost just like too nice to be poker players, which is cool. But like I don't know, they got serious enough when they were in a hand, involved in a hand. Uh, Paying 18, we're 44. We need some chips. We need to, but we have chips that we can play with. So Harris was a dud. I don't think there's any reason to play there really ever again. Like the casino and wasn't anything special. Room was kind of off this in the corner, and I had to wait a little bit. Um, it was still kind of early to go back to the room though, because Jonna made it a point that she wasn't leaving the room. She was going to read her book, and that was it. And I could do whatever. I could stay in the room with her, but she's just going to be reading, and then I could go out and play whatever. I had I had it all to myself there, but do we rip? Do we like? Because I feel like somebody could go for a bounty. Like, think we're doing this light, and we fought very well against a lot of holdings, and we're ahead of a lot. No, okay, that's fine. We're up a level. This is kind of one of those hands too. Like ace three, ace five are good. Like bluff catching. Like I don't know, bluff catching or like if they block it, I'm blocking aces. I suited. I'm suited, so I perform very well against certain hands. Oh, this guy sucks. I can play a couple streets. There we go. Sneaky. I don't often recommend doing that, but we needed chips. Yeah, Harrah's no need. I think I can skip Borgata the next time I go to Atlantic City. I think I didn't go there last year, which is because we didn't have. Oh no, we did. Sorry, we went to the show. The show was in the Borgata, like the bigger event center. Um, We did, but I didn't play because we had just. I think I wanted to just go back to like it was already late. We had driven all day. I think I just wanted to go back to the room and and we had to drive back. We were gonna stay until like noon the next day. So we yeah, so we drove like this is last year now. We I think I just went back to the room and then wanted to play poker, try poker on my phone or on the laptop. The desktop app wasn't working. So I ended up just playing a little with my phone while walking down to the casino to play in the poker room and just spewed off $300 like an idiot because I was probably tired and like high or something, like potted up and just like whatever. I'm so happy to be here. And then played probably like a $10 tournament that I just like jammed with ace queen offsuit just because it was 1 in the morning. But um, oh, I don't know. Is this a bet? It's good for my range. That six is good for my range, for my holdings. There's really no straights available, but I have all that. Oh, five, six, seven. Oh, that's such a stupid card. What is he calling with? Nine, ten. Overcards. Queen, Jack. Nice. Yeah, I don't think the Stephen Wonder guy is any good. So I think showing some strength when cards don't hit his range, I think is fine. We're coming back a little bit. Had to scrape and claw a little bit to get there. So next year, I'm thinking it, and I forgot to continue to talk about this. I was at a table with two guys, at least two guys, who were kind of chirping at each other a little bit, but who had been playing all night and were just gambling, and then they'd like just go in with nonsense, and then they like throw another $100 on the table. This guy didn't really have to. I think I might have seen him do it once, but then he had like 3 or 400. But the chips were going like, and they were playing like little side games, kind of, and like just like it'd fold down to the two of them and be like, come on, just you and me, let's go, let's just put it in like little. Oh man, I should have just stuck that out, but I wanted to play at the other places because I hadn't played at Harrah's, and I played like 3 or 4 times at Borgata before, and I loved it every single time. It was like easy money, but it had been a while, and I think there was a big tournament series there that weekend, and it was the afternoon on Sunday, so maybe they were like the players looked definitely like I think my it was a reg heavy, maybe even pro heavy, and not that I got outplayed or anything. I mean, Jesus, like I just got coolered. Um, I'm hoping the guy smacks, hoping this guy got ace king on the turn. As soon as I saw him grab for his money and his chips, like I was like, oh, he has pocket kings. Jeez, he just turned a boat on me. Um, but I think I just was at a pro like reg heavy table, and it just wasn't super fun. I shouldn't say that because the guy who like nudged me at the end there with his queen three, he was no pro. There was some good. It was a mix, but it was just the vibe just wasn't right. I don't know. It should have been maybe because I was sitting at a table that was like right by the front. Like I kind of wanted to be in the casino more. Should have asked for a table change, or I should have just taken a walk after that bad beat and not just stayed for another couple hours and spewed off another 200-300 bucks. Because I think I was down 400 at that point. So um, maybe 300. Maybe it was down like 300 because and then I added on because I don't think he stacked me. I think he had less. But either way, whatever. So next time I go, I'll just look for. I should have stayed at Tropicana. I should have just stayed at the Trop. I should have like whatever. I had the whole day. If even if I left there probably at like
10 o'clock, 11 o'clock to go play at probably 11. I probably didn't, I probably, it, I think I had to wait a little while to get on the table, which I didn't really care about. And then I only played for an hour, so maybe it was like until 10:30, 11. But I should have stayed until like 2, 3 o'clock when these dudes would have been like passing out because they weren't going anywhere. It was only going to be a matter of time, and but I was losing a little bit, so I was like, eh, we'll try Borgata. I really just want. I don't know. Maybe just because we went to breakfast there that I was like, well, I'm here. Which obviously, yeah, why not? But I really wanted to play at Borgata though. That was like my main like focal point of the weekend was like, all right, Borgata, let's hit it. Whatever, at whatever time I get to play, that's the session right there. Let's run it up. And it was looking like that until friggin' the king on the turn. Guy gets his two friggin' outer against me, but that's life, I guess. This might be a little wide, and King Clam could make a move. Yep, there he goes. What? So that was four blinds. No reason I should have folded that. No reason for me to be involved there, but the odds look pretty good, and but I should know that this guy next to me will do things like that because he is very conscientious of the fact that it is a bounty tournament. So that's another mistake that we could have avoided for four big blinds. That's four big chips right there in this stage of the tourney. We're down to 41 players. We pay 18. Um, yeah, in low pocket pairs, like big cards rule. We talked about it. We should have probably stopped to think, and we probably if we had actually like remembered, okay, King Clam over here will isolate for a bounty. I mean, I guess we could have called him. We were last. If he has a hand like Ace 7 or whatever, Ace 10, Ace 10 suited, and he's just like, let's go. We probably would have been racing. So yeah, next time we go to Atlantic City, I think if we end up staying at Tropicana and we stay over, and our goal on Sunday is to just have breakfast and then hang out and chill and do nothing, I think I'll probably. It's kind of a. I mean, I guess whatever. I can change plans if need be. There's not a ton of games going, but I don't know. Maybe just because it was Sunday morning, um, and guys were still like buzzing from the night before. I mean, I suspect that by noon there would have been another table going. So whatever, just stay at Tropicana. Just play there. Don't have to go anywhere. And then that night for dinner, and there's football on. Football, like the Sunday games start at, I think it's wild card weekend, so they do. What do they do? Like 4:30? Was it 4:30 and 8 were the games? I think so, right? That's too bad. That is, I mean, not to go off on a football rant, but that NFL, I think that's putting that Monday. Like, I think that if the games were like mirrored like what Saturday was, and like 4:30 and 5, like we'd all just be so happy. I don't see why you have to have Monday night be a game. Like, it's so annoying. I really should just not. Like, I don't think I included. I think I maybe like bet the game singular last year. Like, I had a bonus bet, and I was like, well, I know I kind of have a feeling of what's going to go on in that game, so I'll just bet that, and make sure I use the bonus bet doesn't expire. But I didn't like involve that. I didn't include that game in any parlays or like weekend like pick the winner kind of things. So Ace Queen, Wonder ain't going nowhere. Birds on life support. Might need to take a step away for a second, but the game will continue. Whoop. Did he spike a turn on him? He did. I didn't realize it was an all in. I'll give it another hand here. Just need to get a tissue. Oh, whatever. Now we got playable cards. Oh, maybe I wait. I would have had it with dumb shoves. Yeah, well, I mean, he hasn't shown like that he hasn't shown he's gotten out of line. Wonder, I don't know. Do I call? Like, okay, he's folding. This guy, I don't know. This guy must be multi-tabling, or just like, yeah, it's tough to step away when you're six max. But I mean, we've got a time bank, so maybe next hand we're on the button. But then this stuff happens, and it's like, might be starting to get my wife's cold, which. Oh, this would have been a good chance. Here, be right back. We didn't miss anything. That's good. Um, okay. Still talking about Atlantic City. I don't know why I feel like I need to talk about it, but whatever. So the NFL, they got that Monday night game. It's stupid. So football on Sunday doesn't really start until 4:30, which is cool. But I feel like it doesn't really jive with my schedule for that day because I got the day to myself, and not that this past year, all we did I came back to the room probably by like 3:30, 4 o'clock, chilled out for a little bit, and then we cleaned up, whatever, and then got dressed and went down for like a nice. It was more of a. It wasn't like a nice fancy dinner. It was like we went down to the bar, like the pub, kind of wasn't really a pub. It was more like a. I don't know. It was like a yard house type place. Like kind of they built like this it's almost like this greenhouse. It's like really dark black, like black material, like greenhouse, like with um, floor to ceiling windows. Is kind of like a structure. But it really it's unfortunate because it was a real the casino was really architecturally was kind of nice in the outside, and they just put this modern day cheap structure around it that they had these heaters going, and it's like I don't know that that's like the best thing for this space here, but it meant that they could host people in that area year round, because I'm sure in summers they open it up and it's like nice people coming off the beach and they get a bite to eat. The food wasn't really even that good, but football was on, but you know but then the game's on, and then at night, we just want to relax, but I throw it on TV, and I think I was playing I played a tournament after we got back from dinner. Played it on my tablet on WSOP, I believe. Yeah, Poker Stars and I don't jibe in New Jersey. I think I tried to log on to their site from home. Arg. I think I tried to log onto their site from Massachusetts just to check out. I didn't realize you can't do that even if you just don't intend on playing. So I think they locked me up there. And I don't. It's just like series of like emails and reset passwords, and it's just like and then I have to prove my whatever. I don't need to play on the site. WSOP has games. Oh, I should probably look at that because like between WSOP and MGM, BetMGM, they have a pretty good number of like tournaments that go off at certain times, but it's not like a lot of choice. You have to like if you miss the window, like if there's a tourney that starts at like 5 o'clock, 5:30, and you miss it or you get in like too late. Like if we get back from dinner, say at like 6 o'clock, there might not be anything again until 7:30. It's like what? And I don't feel like playing the cash tables, so it's like, oh man, now I gotta wait until like 7:30, and this tournament better go off. If it does, it might be like $20. It might be more I want to spend, or which whatever. I guess you're out of town. You might as well just spend a few extra bucks on a tourney. But then it's like if you brick that, then it's like, oh, I want to play something else, something quick, and they don't have just a ton of options. Global has some good options, good variety. Ignition, I don't know. They if you want to play games for 5 or 6 hours, sure. Is this a rip? I don't think it's a rip. I think it's a raise. I think we could play a street. Play two streets, I guess. Math teacher. This Wonder Guy. Well, oh, he does call. He just like waits till the last effing minute. Oh, I really wish this was heads up. Stupid, but it checks to me, and it's a pretty good flop for my range. Oh, well, that sucks. Sorry. No. Well, I mean, he's got deuces. What are you going to do? We got two bounties. We kind of fell apart a little bit there. Uh, I didn't really look to see what else is going on. I thought we'd be playing this a little bit longer. I don't know that my brain is can focus on PLO right now. But the one hundo starts in 8 minutes, but we don't have enough. See, the one hundo and the 500 were our hypers, and they would actually be pretty good options for us. But we don't have the gold. Well, we could try to get into the 500 by playing gold coins for a half hour, but I don't think I really want to do that. So do we try to? I mean, we have to see 50 flops by in 7 minutes. No, 25 flops in 7 minutes. That's kind of cutting it close. We could try. All right, whatever. Micro, who cares? I guess no limit. Just try to get into one of these tables. Let's try to sneak in. Make sure we have the other one up. Wait, so we don't get. Do we not? If we don't get cards the whole time, I don't think that counts, right? Well, I'll pull it up just and have my finger on the trigger ready to go here. Fold, fold. We're just gonna super fold. Well, we gotta see. We gotta see the flop, right? Oh, of course. Whoops. We should have just folded. Open fold. Or just jam. Should have just ripped it. That should have been. That would have been the play. All right, all of it, and they all fold or whatever they call. Who cares? Great. We just got to make sure we see flops. See if you highlight fold, it doesn't ask you if you are you sure. You just it just folds for you. So we wait. When does this start? 9:35. Okay, 6 minutes. Yikes! Once we get that alert, we gotta register, and there's no late reg. So let's see if you're saying anything in the chat. Sorry, we'll be occupied for the next 5 minutes. It is free to fold. Let's do it. Call any and then post flop fold any. I don't care if we get aces and it is. Oh, come on, dude. Pay attention here. Like, get yourself out of here. What do you think we're trying to do? We think we're playing for money? No. All right, sit out. Good. Get out of the table. We don't need you. Hold. He folded. He open folded. All right. So we can make this happen. Fold. I got to check down mine, so I think we're on the same wavelength here. Hopefully these guys bow to. Oh, get out of here, sugar loafer. Fold, fold, fold. I wish that we had a ticker. Yeah, he sees what we're doing. He's like, no, that's not what I want. I want to play for real gold coins that mean nothing. Come on, get us there. Oh, Rob, come on, man. What are you doing? Oh, did he hit his number? And he's like, I'm out. Bye. Come on, we need you, Rob. Oh, okay. Oh, no. We need to find another table. Oh, nope, we're good. Sugarloaf. We should probably be playing multiple tables. I don't know why we're not doing that. Is it because it's for the vlog? That's really on me for not doing that. We might be able to get there just by doing this. Gotta hit check, dude. We gotta see a flop. Come on. Oh, you dick. All right. Oh, this sucks. Come on. Yep, fold. Take a seat. Oh no, is that sweeps coins? We don't need this. We're out. We're out on that. Oh, check, cancel, check. Come on. Fold. Where's our alert here? It sucks when you get aces though. It's like, oh man, come on. Gold coins. Let's go. Whoops. Hate when it does that. I don't care. It's a website. Oh, check. Fold. Do 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 do. Call. Oh, what's this guy declining his blinds here? Fold. Starts in a minute. Okay. Check. Fold. I feel like we got to be getting. Oh, shh. Did he raise? What an idiot. Why would you do that? Check. Stop raising. Oh, this is killing me. I think I'm gonna miss it. Okay, now I can do that. Where's my alert? I'm just gonna have to. That's it. I can't. We're not quite under a minute yet. We gotta be getting close. Come on. We get an alert normally. Oh, we got it. Register. It popped up in a different window. All right, we got it. Whew. It popped up. Good thing I was looking. It was over off and on the other screen here. I guess when I'm playing on my phone or my tablet, it's all the same screen. So, okay, so we're in the Daily Hundo Hyper as 187 players, 188 players. We don't need this game anymore. Sorry, Sugarloafer. You should have gone in sooner. Daily 1 Hundo, 60 bigs, Hyper Turbo. Let's go. I believe I've hit. So just so you know, we're folding. It's a $400 guarantee. We're in it for $1. There's no fee. You get it by playing a certain amount of gold coin, 25 gold coins hands. 4 through 13 get 10, and 1 through 3 get 100. So you're either 10xing or 100xing your buy-in. So 1 through 3 is obviously the goal here. That'd be a nice hit. We'll take $10 though. That would kind of. So we're into tonight for 12. Hitting 10 would kind of even us out for the night, just about there. So that'd be nice. We had 188 entries, which is pretty good. It's a good value. I should probably play more of these. It's 9:35 at night, so but it's a hyper, so like I don't buy into a lot at this time. But a hyper turbo, not too bad on a Friday night. It won't take super long. Even if we get down to the money, it won't. I don't think it'll be much more than an hour. We might make it to 11 o'clock. But I have done the 500. I think it was just a Sunday night, and I was up, and it starts at 10. And we could do that if we wanted to. I don't think I'm going to tonight, but we'll see how this goes. I think that one might have been the one that went till a little bit after 11. I think I've cashed in both. I think I cashed $10 in this one. I'm not sure. But I know I cashed I got fourth in the 500, and only the top two get the 100x prize of 500. And I should have done a couple things to hang on a little bit longer and ladder up. But I mean, and yeah, the stack sizes were kind of evenish, so I should have probably just waited. I think I had jacks. Like I think I had something that was. I don't think or maybe no, I had king jack. That's right. I had like king jack suited, and it looked really good. And we were nobody was showing any aggression, so I went for it and got called by probably like ace queen or something, ace 10. I don't know. Or maybe sevens. Regardless, probably should have tried to just inch my way over the finish line there, or at least get down to three-handed so I could start maneuvering a little differently. But it was not to be. We wouldn't mind a nice $100 scoop here. I mean, the $50 from that was great. That kind of got me turned around. I had just, I think, made my last, well, not my last deposit. Because I think I had put in probably another 50 or so and was just to beef it. And I was like in the site for probably 200, and this was before, like 210, and this was before I bought the tickets for the Grizzly games. So I was probably into the site for a couple hundred, and it was down to probably like $40 or something. So going from 40 to like 90 something was like, all right, let's go. Yeah, let's turn this thing around. And I'm not quite up. I'm invested in this site for $260, and I got like 233 right now. So 100 would be tremendous. I'd like to be profiting in the site. I don't know why. I feel like it took a while. We're already down to 28 bigs. Wow. But we're in 46, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to get used to why was I spewing off so much? Was I playing cash? I don't know why. I mean, I must have just bought into a bunch of tourneys and bricked them. Um, we can get the bounty counter off this thing, right? Just delete, remove. Oh, wow. That was loud. In my ear it was anyway. We'll try to get in cheaply here. Yeah, I kind of wish there was a football game on at like 1 o'clock on Sunday, the wild card weekend, because I could just play. We could go to breakfast. I could play at the Trop from like whatever 10. Well, we'll be there, right? So we could probably do breakfast even earlier because we had to walk on a cold, windy day. Ooh, is this a lead? Mm. All right. Cool. Um, yeah, so if we did breakfast, I don't know why. I don't know why we got to talk. Why this is good subject matter for Atlantic City. I guess it's just how I'm filling the air. But if we did breakfast at 8 and then I played poker at 9:30 and trot at the Trop, play until my sessions usually are 3 to 4 hours anyway. If I played until like 1 and then maybe did something where I went and got lunch. I'm trying to think if I even ate lunch. I don't know if I did. I think I was just like going, going, going. I didn't even think I stopped to eat because I was still. I mean, I had a big breakfast, so I was probably full until like 2 o'clock, and then it was like on my way over to lose more money at Harrah's. And I don't know that there were any like real spots. I might have like, and I didn't want my name. I was trying to like wander around and find like a little convenience store, grab like a Snickers bar or something. I don't think I even found that, or maybe I did. No, I did. Oh, I think I might have bought one. I don't know. I bought something. I ate something. I don't know. Whatever. Um, but yeah, I could like go back up to the room, grab my tablet, then go down to like a pub that or a bar that's like not super busy, and then just sit there and order a sandwich and play like a tournament on my or grab a sandwich at like a grab and go type spot at Tropicana. There's got to be a place like that at the Trop. Or like there's a Starbucks. I don't know if there's places to sit there. I'm trying to picture it. Maybe it is. Maybe it's like outside. I mean, it's like I think there's like outside, like it faces outside like the beach, but it's floor to ceiling glass windows. So I probably just sit there. I don't know how late they're open. Um, I feel like that might have even been a jam there with Ace Five. And if somebody calls me off, oh well. Now we have to flop well. Um, ouch. No, I think we checked that. Out of position. I mean, yeah. This guy's only move is to bet, right? Board is just so draw heavy, and does that jack connect? Ugh. I want to jam, but I don't know. Do I not do it? Do I not do it? Was that too long? Do they not believe me? Maybe. Okay. Well. Oh. Yay. We were ahead. That was. I knew that jack had to connect with somebody. Our move was jam and flop. We were one street too late. It was probably to jam pre, but we actually would have made a decent amount of money chips there. So this is not my best night. I knew that just didn't feel right. I knew that was a check because he probably bets that and I fold. And we could keep our. I mean, we didn't have to make a move there. I saw the suited cards and got a little bit too anxious. It's these hypers. It's tough to go from like slower paced like 10-minute blind bounty tournaments where you don't have where you're trying to get your stacks in, but you can kind of wait for the right spots. Where here you kind of have to get weird with hands and play outside your comfort zone. Mm. Well, I'm already looking to my forward to my Atlantic City trip next year and seeing a nice concert, having dinner with good friends, eating some good food. Don't even need to worry about playing poker. I don't think I played it all that first night. I don't think I played on my phone or anything. But like I don't even know why I need to. So like the places we traveled to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and for me Nevada all have legalized online poker. So I mean, I don't, and I'm not the one like pushing to go to these places. Like we go to New Jersey. Well, we went to a Patriots game in New Jersey in the fall, but it was with all her friends, and we were both happy to go. We only went for one day. Drove down Saturday and stayed in a hotel that was like kind of like 7 minutes from the stadium. So like kind of in the metropolitan area, New Jersey. Not that we didn't like. We just went to the Outback for dinner. Like after we checked in. I know before we checked in. We just got there, parked, ate, and then went and checked in the hotel. Wasn't anything special, but the rooms were nice. Somewhat updated. But yeah, we do that. I don't, I like going to see the Patriots, so it has nothing to do with poker. All I do is play on my tablet or laptop or whatever. Now in Pennsylvania, we're going to Sesame Place. It just happens to be 15 minutes from Parks Casino. You know, the hotel we're staying at is actually like oh, closer to. It's like right next to Sesame Place. 15 minutes from Parks. So it's not like I got a hotel right next to Parks. I'm going to drive 15 minutes to, Sesame Place. No. And then I go to Vegas. That's just for me. But yeah. So I don't know why I need to look up like where Bet Online is legal or Ignition. But I guess what I was saying to start this day off is like we need, and Global could do it because I think Global, I guess, um, Global, I think is only not legal in um, all right, so this is the jam. U.S. and Canada. Oh, so Global's U.S. and Canada, and I don't think that there's only 5 states. Okay, yeah. I don't see any states. So like Global, and it's got Canadian players too. I can't believe they're not. Well, we need a U.S. championship. We need a champ, and I guess they do like a U.S. Open. Oh, that's a great. No, it's not. Three. Ace ten with the straight. Yeah, we need to figure out a way to do a United States championship, meaning like each state has their own title, and then all 50 states get together for a U.S. like championship for like 50K guaranteed, whatever, 50K for 50 states, perfect. Do it for 1 million, I don't care, but no, for this site they could probably get away uh, with like 50K guaranteed for the 50 person. Maybe not that much because that's a lot for the 50 players have to split up. Anyway, we're gonna end the stream. We want to thank you all for watching.